Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4. We're playing as Germany. Now, a little bit about the channel and the potential future of it. I don't know how long I can sustain this level of activity. I must say I'm a little disappointed in the viewing numbers, particularly so far for Hearts of Iron 4 videos. I thought there would be a bigger demand for them. I see that there's big demand on other channels. I don't know how much longer I can continue this. I was sort of waiting, hoping that the release of Hearts of Iron 4, and with my background, there would be a lot more people wanting to watch the videos. And so far, there hasn't been. And I think it comes down to is just nobody knows of the channel. So if you think that the mission of education within the teaching format of playing the games is worthy, if you think I'm doing a reasonably good job at this, it would be extremely helpful for you, if you are concerned, to talk this up in other locations. On YouTube, on the Paradox forums, education forums, somewhere else on the internet. Just word of mouth is about the only thing that can make this channel grow. And this is no longer the early days when there were so few people that anybody of any reasonable skill level could break into it and start doing reasonably decent numbers, because there are some very good people out there playing these games, and I'm not in any way suggesting that I'm better. I am suggesting that I'm different with the more of a history base than a lot of the gamers that I see. So and that's sort of one of the things I intend to be, is to be a bit different and not just more of the same. So if you're interested in seeing, not that the channel's gonna go away if it doesn't get bigger, but it would go down to a lot less activity if the channel doesn't substantially grow. I'm not saying it's got to go some huge massive numbers, but just some reasonable amount of numbers. So if you're concerned, if you think it's worthy, talking it up in other forums, you know, I do appreciate it, and it does help if you post messages below this video and other ones. That is great, that's wonderful, but talking it up in other locations will really potentially bring in a lot more people with links to videos or to the channel itself, both, you know, because people are lazy and trying to search it out. They may not, but if click on a link, much more likely to happen. Thank you if you would be so kind as to do that. Okay, back to playing. So as you can see, I've created a few more armies, and they're deploying their troops. We have sort of the Panzer Army, West, Ost, and Nord as our basic front, though most of Nord's troops just went here under Hell. And we're going to give him the battle plans of sort of marching north and taking these provinces here out of the mountains of Slovakia, just because might as well have him do some. Oh, I want to select all, and since not just 4 divisions, I want all these divisions assigned to this. So now we have 9 divisions of the 13th Army here. Mountain Army assigned to move north in there. Now, just anti-aircraft guns, if I remember correctly. Okay, now we're getting close to 40, which is important because we want to research this and then add rocket artillery. Let's make sure we are doing okay. Another 1939 technology here, which will increase our resources locally produced. And I do believe that is entirely across the board. Now, I sent a few troops up to here, though I thought I had some more coming. Yeah. You can also strategically move units as well. Oh, one of the questioners, and this will be a video too after that, had a question of how, because they were dealing with the Austrian Anschluss, and then later you will see the situation coming up with the Sudetenland. You need to have a minimum number of soldiers in units to find out how big your army is in units, the way I know how to. And I've learned things making this, or the earlier series for Hearts of Iron 3, because I knew how to do something, but then people watching me knew other ways, often better ways of how to click through buttons to find information out. So I normally, once I learn how to solve something, then I stopped looking for new solutions. But people educated me. So part of that, so if you know better ways, just pushing the buttons, I would like to know. So to find out the size of your army in manpower, click here where it says army, and then this little button here, I couldn't easily describe it, and it will say here your size of your army, 1.5 million people here, and then this is also your equipment stocks here. But that's how I know to get an overall manpower in the army, because air units take manpower, naval units as well as just more in the pool. So if you want to know that, and I couldn't imagine how to describe, click this button, click that button here, and we've yet to come up with a coherent, understandable, common language for some of this, because it's so new. But that is how I solved looking for it originally. There may be some other more simple way. Don't know if hovering over this, maybe, I don't know. Okay, now we're going to create another army here in Nord. He's going to get ready to defeat the Danes. Frederick Schultz. Guess we will use him. Just left click on that border since we're covering the full border. And what I want to do is, well, no, clicking that and then shift clicking on these two so that I'm just selecting these divisions, and I want them to move to attack here. So those 3 divisions will attack there, and then I want to select those. I want them to attack. Why didn't that work? Okay, so okay, well they've now drawn. Okay, I don't like that. That's not what I want to have happen. So clicking here, I'm going to remove that. Let's see if we can. These 4 divisions here again. Selected. Let's see if we. No. Pause that. No, it's not doing that. I've done this before. Okay, let's kill all these. So I'm going to right click, which will delete all the orders. And then to the border. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, now select this division. We're going to assign that division to this column, so that's 3. And those divisions we're going to assign to here. Oh, no, that isn't working either. Okay, well. I like those 3, and let's see if we can get these assigned to this advance. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I want the army to come out here, and you can... It gets a little complicated for the process, as you can see, but as you know, my natural inclination in most of my pre-launch games were micromanaging these battles, meaning I was commanding all the divisions to slowly go through it. I've been trying to learn to use the divisional planner a bit more, partially just to show you guys how to do this. So, but you can draw up. If you watch a lot of the World War Wednesdays, part of it I think is that they're playing fast. Part of it is just their playing style. They'll just draw, like I did for Belgium here, is just draw a line on the farthest extent of the country and just say, hey, invade and take everything. And just assign all divisions to it and let the AI sort it out. Where here I wanted to, we have 3 victory provinces that we need to take. Don't know if we need to take all of them for them to surrender, but it does. Taking other parts doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, you can deny them the use of a naval base or something, but since that's further away than winning the war, might as well just win the war against Denmark. So, but you can assign, if you want to, a micromanagement, if you will, pre-done. They will prepare it and then let the AI play it out. Also, a lot of my Black Ice friends, I think mainly working from what they've seen of the World War Wednesdays, think this battle planner system is just too simple, too easy, too whatever, and that they're going to work to make it hard to win in just using that. So, but that isn't necessarily the case, because if you were to draw sophisticated battle plans that do pincer movements, and you can do that just like I've done here. I haven't specifically done here because because we have limited objectives, which includes getting the most didn't even bother with this one, but if we get Danzig and Warsaw and a couple of these others, we won. We don't need to continue to encircle. But if we're looking, and I've not yet played a Soviet invasion, but we should be able to use this method here of, with singling out something like the Panzer armies and having them do encirclement moves that are used the battle planner and launch the, if you will, the encirclement attacks, and not launch, and we will be showing this, not launching the sort of base infantry advance at start, so that they're sort of holding the line that gets punched around, so that it's a sophisticated use of the battle planners and not requiring. Now sometimes I say not requiring, but sometimes it's better because you'll see things that the AI won't catch, that you can issue individual orders to divisions and they will always follow your orders until those orders are complete, meaning attack this province. Once that province is attacked successfully, oh okay, now the AI will then take back over that unit and do it unless you told it to do other things. So if you wanted to garrison a victory province here and you set it to garrison it, you move the unit there. Once it's there, then the AI, if you still have it's part of an AI group, and we'll show how you activate them, it's still an active AI group. Oh, now that you move me here, well great, now I'm going to use it wherever it is. So you would need to, if you want to leave it there, either set it up with a command structure of like garrison the area or others, or just simply manually have, like we still have some divisions not assigned to any leaders, or you can assign it to leaders but give it no battle plans, and you can put it where you want. So you'll have the full flexibility. It'll just be a bit of a learning process on how to use it. Okay, I hope that's all at least somewhat clear. And another person was pointing out you can only build one thing at a time. That's not the case. Now, it sort of is the case at start because of the way they start this out. Because they look at this as a little bit more of a game, a little less of a World War II simulation, so that they want you to grow things, if you will. And I've thought about this a lot, and I think it would be better to max these out at which would be rebalance build speed time and other things at maybe 5 or 10 factories. But it's, you know, if you were to say have one factory building this synthetic oil plant and have it take 10 years to build, or have 15 factories building it and have it happen in a year, say, how is it necessarily better to have it happen super long? I think you get the impression that it's just a little too concentrated of what you can be doing at any one time. The impression is such. So I think that needs a little work, but it's just sort of capped out, and you can't decide to say only have 10 operate at it at one time, and under the current conditions. Modding it is a different matter, I believe. Okay, okay, we've got a reasonably good coverage here in the west for anti-aircraft. Just checking to see, because we are getting close to the war here. Not going to happen just yet. We're okay on airport coverage, I think. Radars, okay, we could use another one here. Let's look into France and deal with the battle here, and I think I want to look out and around there a little bit better. Alright, infrastructure for Germany, obviously this is maxed out. I've yet to notice that I'm overstacking or supplies won't transfer through states well enough yet, but maybe at times we'll learn that to trace supply lines for big armies going east, we'll need to improve this, but I'm not yet there, so I think we're pretty good with that. Now let's look. Okay, we need more of both of these, and we need more arms factories. So what I want to do here is let's build some more arms factories. As you notice, like, we're up to being able to have 19 factories of one type or another in Brandenburg. Various national focuses generally will expand the industrial base of a province as time goes on. Again, that's a little bit more their game aspect, as opposed to just simply say this is a big, or state I should say, this is a big state, so it can have lots of factories, and Luxembourg can't have as many factories in that state. That is a reasonable thing, but I think their sort of growth pattern is a little off, a little more of their game. Okay, and let's build a couple more, 3 more of these. Now, of course, I don't have, which I don't like, but I don't have any currently building civilian factories, because I like to continue to grow that. Okay, now we have a lot of fighters, 1,200 in reserve here. These are just the reserve units. These aren't all of your units. These are reserve, and we're going to be expanding our deployment of the Luftwaffe here very shortly. So what I think we're going to do is not increase, though. I think we're going to increase tank production, because what I want to do now is, well, we have a bit of reserve of, what is that, 640 some medium tanks currently, and we still have a deficit of 123 light tanks. So to deal with both of those, I'm going to come over here to the Panzer Division, click the 1st Battalion, and we're going to change it to a medium tank battalion, which will cost us 5 points but it will also reduce the number of light tanks needed for all the panzer divisions, and obviously increase the number of medium tanks, which are currently none needed. So that will redistribute that. So we want to do that. While we're at it, let's take a look here. I think the other thing we want to do is add support AA. If you look at it, the support AA unit here, you can see the tooltip, increases more than just giving you anti-aircraft coverage for the battalions, and we've had a lot of those been building up. Now, so we're going to let that, and let's look also at the here. I want to look at other support. Now, if you notice here, this can be para-dropped, just because, and we can look at, a little bit of a review, which I want to do some more. This game is not currently as done, is very historically accurate. You can look at, they're going to be being sent off to other places, but here, and we don't have all of the heavy ships that, this is, maybe I've been focusing a little too much. We just have the Graf Spray. Here's a heavy cruiser, is what they're calling it. I thought it was a pocket battleship, but okay. Is that I don't think, even going through all the naval build-out time, I don't think I've been able to replicate the German Navy in December 1939. They were far from having a 100 U-boat Navy, which was what Donitz wanted for the start of the war. But I think if you looked at the numbers, and I'm not a naval expert like my friend Axe99 is, to know right off the top of my head what the you can just go look it up, of course, what the ship production was at this point. Now, again, I may have been focusing more on submarines than they would have been, but I still don't think you could replicate the German Navy as it was with the number of shipyards and how productive shipyards are. So that really could use some improvement and that type of thing. And yes, maybe I should have built more shipyards, but and they did expand it, but I don't know. So okay, Blitz Creek. Great. So we can do conf group, which really does help. Enables overwhelming firepower. I want to make sure we got all the sort of important structural changes. We will do more radar research, but I don't know that it's overly helpful right at the moment. Got all the 36 aircraft. No, I'm not building carriers for this game, I don't believe. At least none currently. Now here, this is what we should be doing here. It's slightly ahead, obviously, by, well, let's just make sure that, because I'm not sure if it readjusts. I'm not a math guy, so. Okay, now this should be a lot quicker here. Obviously starting here, so lost a couple days, no big deal. Submarines, we're going to research that. There are choices, and that's part of the design philosophy here with Hearts of Iron 4. They want you to make choices, even if it's not historically correct, in the sense of, if Germany theoretically could be researching all of this stuff as it may have done historically, they want you to go, oh, well, we have to pick this or this, not, be able to do it all. Okay, Japanese diplomats in Berlin. A new partnership developing between Tokyo and Berlin. Negotiations have begun for a pact between the two states, citing both strategic interest and shared values. While it remained to be seen what, if anything, comes from these negotiations, the prospect of a friendship between the strongest military forces on each hemisphere is a cause for celebration for their allies and a cause for worry for their many enemies. Alright. Okay, I believe that. Wish those things would pause better. So I believe that is a Japanese national focus thing that has happened to us there. And we completed our air focus. Now, let's see, we have that. This is important, but I think I'm going to do this next here before we start Danzig War. That'll put us in about summer. And okay, now pause. We have the ability here to invite Japan into the Axis. Can't really, don't even know if I should say test game. Yeah, in very recent stuff, and I don't know, I haven't looked at it. Through national focuses, Japan has been declaring war on the Netherlands in 1940. I'm not absolutely sure it's going to be happening here, which obviously is unhistorical in that if they were to do so, and I'm looking over here, Japan's getting its ass beat. Why that's still a thing there, I don't know. This I can understand because they've been supplying this. Here it came on. I don't know if we even want them as our allies. Now, unfortunately, sometimes the way this is, and I'm not going to have them come in the Axis at the moment, partially because of some previous behavior, and I'm looking at this that China's kicking their butt. We'll see how it goes without having Japan. We may maybe we should befriend China. We'll see. I like the national focus thing, but having them all exactly 70 days I think is a bit incorrect. Just so that you understand, they've said very publicly the main thing that, and if you look at the very early development diaries, this wasn't here. The main thing this was developed for was to guide the AI down a historical path, if you click the historical path option at the start, and if you don't do that, it's still weighted, meaning more likely to check to go down the historical path. But if you're playing Britain or Soviet Union or whatever, the idea is you don't know that Germany, what Germany's always going to do. It may decide to go down, you know, befriend Czechoslovakia and Poland and create a, you know, a different sort of world that you may encounter. So if you do the free form, and it also allows the player to make choices. Again, that choices thing that they're, this is coming into almost as much as a review episode as it is a playing episode, sorry about that, is that you get the choices of expanding naval building slots or doing diplomatic things or whatever it might be. And both of those, you know, for the AI and for the human, those are very good because these will give you war goals and things like that once you get down into here. Because we could befriend Poland, you know, get Danzig and give up Slovakia, and then befriend Poland and have our Eastern Bloc borders, whatever, secured by Poland, and then go to war with France. We have that option. We're not going to take it this time, but we have that option. And so that, but I don't know whether these should all be 70 days, 70 days, 70 days. They can be changed. And you can do, and which they don't do, and which I wish they would do, is make some of these national focuses not available until certain dates as well. So that, like, the AI can't declare war against the Soviet Union, no matter what it wants to do, until 1941 or whatever. Now there may be other conditions as shown here or wherever, and other prerequisites for that. I'm not suggesting that there shouldn't be those kind of things, but just so that, you know, some not before dates as well should be added. Okay, well, we are now we've had a few days. Okay, notice now anti-air is mostly caught up. We're still doing a lot of, need more anti-armored guns, anti-tank. Okay, we're just a little behind on medium tanks. Now ahead on light tanks. Got a lot of those. So we're going to, let's, yes, we're going to watch what happens here. We have plenty of artillery, so we're going to convert this over to improved artillery. Notice it goes down here in a lot of red, because we've retooled that factory. And anti-tank guns, we're going to build a little more with those. And we're having a few come. Now we're -10 there, so let's go to our buddy Sweden and get more tungsten / improved steel from them, so that will help balance that out. So yes, this game still needs work from what it is. Okay, select all. Created the 12th Army here. Let me rename those here. But it's part of the Panzer Army, and we're going to send them to East Prussia here. Okay, now what we're going to do is, let's see, right along, let's assign them this amount of the border. And then I think we're just going to go with a direct strike using basically the same color as 4th Army here, so that's the lines, you're not seeing the difference, but you can see that there. So they'll move up here, sort of as a lightning push, directed at Warsaw as well. So we're coming in at multiple flanks. So, and I have watched a little bit of other people's play in a lot of the World War or a bunch of the World War Wednesdays as they were being done. And so I think people get the impressions that battle plans are something simplistic. Okay, let's select all. And not that they, especially for something that's a little more less nuanced, shall we say, that you don't want to just do something like that. But still, well, these guys, what are they doing up here? You see, sometimes you do need to help the AI out a bit more. We may revisit these battle plans shortly. I know I temporarily sent them up there, but just to sort of early on and show how. Now we're going to select all, click the selection tool, and then we're going to stop that, and then we're going to left click on that. So now all 13 divisions are assigned to that attack plan. And so got that. Now I just don't remember. Okay, are we producing any para divisions? I just quite honestly don't remember. I should be training them up if I'm not, but I don't think I am. Okay, I want to also, yeah, we need some airborne divisions. Just remembering that. Let's train 2 of them up. Get them going. Put them in Berlin for the moment as a starting location. And I want to have a little more garrison up there in Berlin just in case something crazy happens. Okay, so we're now in 1940, and I want to do more support weapons here as well. And we've got more military factories. And another thing here is we should have been, and I just me not paying enough attention to everything, but it does obviously also take down the efficiency, of the currently produced unit types. Let's increase fighter production. Now, with the fighter production, what we're going to do here is airports have moved. Okay, come over here where because this is going to be one of our front lines. I am control. I'm clicking. Move 10 at a time. If you shift click, you'll move 100 as it says there. But probably should have done that, but just used to that. So we're going to do 200 to that airport. Down here. And this time we will just shift click twice for 200 through there. So that will give us 400 fighters operating in that sort of southern area there, southern Germany. Now let's click this airport here. They've got 40. I'm just right now looking at fighters. Close that. This is the airport I was looking for. And here, I'm just going to control click, and I want to have 60 fighters. I will show you why I don't want to have just some huge, or a couple huge numbers, just for assignment, air unit assignment purposes. Where's the airport here? Can I not build one? Not sure. Thought I did. No, I haven't built one in Hanover, so we're going to build one in Hanover. Once an airport in Hanover. We can still put them up here. Okay. So here we are going to shift click once, and then control click, because I want 150. Yeah, 160 is okay. And then here 60. We already have 120 standing by. That's good. Here, come down here, I want to do 61 tens. Here, I'm going to do 60 naval bombers, the DO-22s. Now, in sort of the Berlin area, we're going to put some heavy fighters here. Now here, what I want to do is send in some of the older 110s. Here, I actually want to send in some of the HE-51s. Here for Czechoslovakian air region. Some more of these to have some level of fighter coverage here. And down here in the Alpine region, from Austria. Also, now, I just want to let it run a couple of days to get them deployed there. Okay, and they've already sent out the newer ones. Damn. All these new ones? What I'm trying to do is low priority them. So yes, I just want to, maybe I let it go too long. Back. Now if I low priority it now, maybe they'll just stay there. Yeah, I think that will do it. I think I let it go too long. There's reasons for this. What you will find is the air can take very heavy and rapid attritional losses. So that... Okay, I'm trying to... low priority. So that I'm looking at fronts like here, I want to... because we're going to have a big air battle with France and Britain. So I want these fighters to start out and be continue to replace with good fighters. I've seen when in some of my playthroughs in the past that all the good fighters get shot down, partially because I think I assigned too few at start and they get overwhelmed, but also just simply attrition. They got shot down, and so it was just the old HE-51s that were being put in there, and they were losing to newer, better fighters. While some fighters assigned to this theater here were newer, more modern, and yes, I did eventually reduce them down and you know, get rid of the squadron so that they were sent over. But I would have preferred to keep... Oh, damn. No, I don't want that. I don't know for sure if it will hold out. Okay. we're here facing either little or no enemy air attacks and of lesser quality. I wanted some of my older stuff to be sitting over here. Okay, well, I think we're going to end this episode here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post your comments. Love any help from you guys. Thanks a lot.